Hello, everyone. Let's go back in time to the grand palace of a powerful king named Xerxes.
He ruled over a huge empire, 127 provinces from India to Ethiopia. This king liked to show off his wealth, and one day he threw a massive party that lasted 6 months. At the end of the party, he asked his queen Vashti to come and display her beauty to the guests, but she refused. The king was furious, so after some advice from his officials, he removed Queen Vashti and began searching for a new queen. Now, in the city of Susa, there lived a young Jewish woman named Esther. She was kind, wise, and beautiful. Esther was an orphan raised by her cousin Mordecai, who loved her like his own daughter. When the king's officials came looking for potential queens, Esther was chosen to be part of the search. She didn't tell anyone she was Jewish. Mordecai told her to keep it secret for now. After a year of beauty treatments and preparation, Esther met King Xerxes. And guess what? He chose her to be the new queen. Esther, a young Jewish woman in a foreign land, was now queen of Persia. Not long after Esther became queen, a man named Haman rose to power in the king's court. He was proud and full of himself, and when Mordecai refused to bow down to him, Haman was furious. Instead of just punishing Mordecai, Haman decided he wanted to destroy all the Jews in the kingdom. He convinced King Xerxes to sign a decree that on a certain day, anyone could attack the Jews and take their belongings. The order was sealed with the king's ring, and once that happened, it couldn't be undone. When Mordecai heard the news, he tore his clothes and mourned. He sent a message to Esther, begging her to speak to the king and plead for their people. But there was a problem. No one, not even the queen, could go to the king without being invited. If she did, and the king didn't lower his golden scepter, she could be put to death. Esther was afraid. She hadn't seen the king in 30 days. But Mordecai reminded her of something important. He said, "Who knows if perhaps you were made queen for such a time as this?" That message stirred something in Esther's heart. She realized that maybe, just maybe, God had placed her in this royal position to save her people. Esther sent a reply, "I will go to the king, even though it's against the law. And if I die, I die." She asked Mordecai and the Jews in Susa to fast for 3 days. She would fast too. After 3 days, Esther put on her royal robes and walked toward the king's throne room. Her heart pounded. But when the king saw her, he smiled and held out his golden scepter. Esther was safe. Instead of jumping right in, Esther wisely invited the king and Haman to a special banquet. And then she invited them to another banquet the next day. At the second banquet, the king asked Esther, "What is it you want? I'll give you anything, even up to half my kingdom." That's when Esther told him everything. She revealed that she was Jewish and that someone had tricked the king into ordering her people to be killed. "Who would do such a thing?" the king asked. Esther turned and said, "This wicked Haman." The king was furious. Haman was taken away and punished, but the decree to destroy the Jews couldn't be undone. So the king gave Mordecai the power to write a new law, and this time the law said the Jews could defend themselves. On the day they were supposed to be attacked, the Jews fought back, and they were victorious. Their sorrow turned into joy. To celebrate, they created a holiday called Purim, which is still celebrated today. It's a day to remember how God used Esther's courage to save his people.
Esther was scared at first, but she chose to do what was right and trusted that God had a purpose for her. Thank you for watching.